Welcome to day 2 of Week of Webisodes for Christmas card making. But wait, scrapbookers, we've got some things for you too.
We have a brand new paper collection today. It's called Christmas Cheer, and it's based on the popular chalkboard look, but it also has a Christmas theme, and I can't wait till you see what Teresa has done with it.
Right, plus there are all sorts of coordinating goodies. Come play with us. Well, here are most of the pieces of the Christmas Cheer collection, and as Gail said, it's based on the very popular chalkboard look. We'll show you each of these one at a time. So Christmas Cheer, here is the paper pack, and as you know, because it's hot off the press, you're going to get ideas for scrapbooking as well as card making on the front, as well as more ideas on the back. That's always good. Let me show you the papers. Very fun.
Oh, these are wonderful. I love these large borders on that beautiful chalkboard look.
Right, very useful. And these are double-sided, so you're going to see a lot of the black played. And here we have a micro, teeny, tiny, super little dot going on in the back. Still coming in, right. Now, another page has got very muted tones in this, by the way. You can see the poinsettias and that all over. And then we have that micro, mini, teeny, tiny dot in the red, but you've got scuffing going on behind it, so it's got more dimension to it.
There's always layers on layers on these papers.
Speaking of which, this is a sheet that Teresa loves, as we do, mostly because you can do so much with it.
Right, you can cut them individually into all of these different sentiments, or just use it as a large background.
And you're going to see that done. The back side of this is a kind of an all-over tapestry look in a tone-on-tone with the ivory.
And it's great to have that light color for journaling, for matting.
Then we have this going back to the poinsettias and snowflakes. The back side of this is a green texture looking. Then we have just the border treatment on this sheet. So that's just really nice. And I've seen some beautiful cards using this border treatment. On the back side, we've got the red and some X's and O's playing on the back of that. And then we have the green. And the back side of that is a scuffed black. So you've got that chalkboard already chalked for you.
Right. We also have this, the ribbons that go with this set. They're just beautiful. There are, each one of these, how many ribbons do we have?
There are 12.
There are 12 ribbons in this set. Each one of them are 1 yard, so they're 3 feet long, with the exception of this great baker's twine that's in there. I love that candy cane look. And that is in 2 yards. That's 72 inches.
Kind of extra there for you.
You've got this great sheer swirl. There are other 1/4-inch shears. You have this great big wide red crepe, you have grosgrains and twills and all of these different colors that match the shades that go perfectly. We have this one very special ribbon, maybe you should tell us about.
Yes, this is brand new in the United States, so I'm pretty excited by it. And our friends at Creative Impressions put together our ribbon packs exclusively for us, and we waited for this to come, and I'm really glad we did. I love the shimmer and shine, so that's brand new.
Great for Christmas card making.
Speaking of which, the embellies, there are 28 embellies. You'll be seeing these on some projects. So we have the brads, but we also have the die cut pieces you can see as I'm showing you here, and the epoxy brads in a large, a medium, and then the tiny pearl ones. So that's all going together. And again, there's an idea on the back. We're going to show you that card.
We are going to see that one. We also have Joyous Greetings, the 3D paper told die cuts. So there are 3 images on each one of these. When you stack them together, you're going to get 3 separate stacking greetings. And what's great about this is that they always have extra artwork that you can add. Plus, you can use them individually and get more out of that package.
And something that we're really going to be showing you tomorrow, but because it goes with this collection, we wanted to bring it in now. These are the Christmas Chalkboard Cheer Dazzles. Now, what's amazing about this is that these are wider sheets. They're 8 by 9 inches. This is a pearl, and we've never been able to have the pearl. And so having the silver pearl with the gold accents is just just absolutely gorgeous.
Right, on these larger sheets, and there are 2 each of these sheets, though they're all different designs.
2 different, and then a whole sheet of 540 red jewel dazzles. Perfect for embellishing these. And yes, you do get ideas on both the front and the back of the packaging. So just to give you some more ideas.
Great for scrapbooking and card making.
So let's get started.
Let's do that.
And we talked about the paper towel and how you're going to get the dimensional look. And a little something to tell you about Teresa. Those of you who do not know who she is, she was the second person I hired at Hot Off the Press. The first was my sister, Kathy. Teresa was the second. And Teresa did everything. She did photography. She wrote directions. She designed. She packed boxes. And was also my very first vice president. She remarried several years ago and moved to Arizona, but we wouldn't give up her talents and abilities. So she does many things with us. As you saw yesterday, she does templates, but she also does our weeks of Webisodes, and she designs DVDs for us. So
this is just another perfect example of a Teresa design.
It is.
Using that paper towel is stacked on there. So there's that large greeting that's stacked on there. But I love what's going on both sides of this as well.
And let me show you that stacking. You can see the foam tape.
Right.
And there's a little of the crystal lacquer again, as we saw yesterday.
Just to highlight those berries a little bit. Yeah.
And Teresa used paper doilies. These are the square paper doilies, and you can see that she brought piece corners in to the center. She also used the silver
thin line dazzles there, which these go a long way. There's so many in one of these packages. And it's just great to see the edging, just right along the edge. It makes such a nice border.
It really does. It adds just a really nice shimmer and shine, and Teresa uses them quite a bit. On the inside, this is the first example of cutting that paper, and you can see how she uses the doilies again.
Right, so this is actually just cut one of the little greetings right from that large 12 by 12 paper. And
super easy.
That can go a long way.
It does. Now, here is another way that you can use the paper towel, and I think this is really neat in that she has offset it. And you can see that it has a tag shape. Very clever. I've never seen this, of just taking a piece of paper, rolling back the top, and letting it be a tag.
Right, and the tag was actually used from the Pick a Pocket template here, so they're very easy to cut out tags and pockets of all kinds.
Right, also designed by Teresa, I might add. On the inside, you really get the full benefit of that template. So here is a pocket designed to hold a gift card. And
great idea.
More
of these from that paper, and then here's one of the embellies from this collection.
So you can see how the things really spread. Now this is that wide ribbon. Teresa is a master at ribbons. Would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it just looks big and full, but all it is a knotted ribbon with another piece behind it. Look how she has kind of gathered it when she glued it behind the green chalkboard paper.
So you can make it go further just by like maybe a ½ inch tucked under there. You don't have to wrap it all the way around the back, but that is such a beautiful look.
And I think she's put thread on the piece that's underneath and then put the paper towel with this knotted piece of ribbon on top, and it just looks full and lush and gorgeous.
It's a beautiful card.
Now, here is her first scrapbook page.
With that large border piece of that paper. So you've got that large Merry Christmas up here and the holly down there, so it's already bordered and edged for you.
And kind of starts your journaling, too. It's a great title page. Here's another of the, I bet this is from the Pick a Pocket template. So I love tags going horizontally and some of the embellies. And overlapping not only the photos, but as we back up just slightly, you can see that she's got a collection of papers that she has overlapped also.
So just collage, different sizes of rectangles that have been matted and just stacked around to get you to look more toward the center of this page. And I love the double treatment of ribbon going off this way and then over at this side, and then each one is knotted separately, though side by side. That's just really cute.
Isn't that beautiful? So this is with the twill and the grosgrain ribbon. Just a beautiful look.
Here's another piece from that paper. So you can see it. You're going to see it everywhere. Little cut segments, but this is great that right here on the corners there are white jewel dazzles used. to accent it looks like Brad's there.
I want to show you another scrapbook page, and here it is. This is using just the border treatment, but here we have that paper towel that you saw at the beginning, and here's one of the dazzles, and this has been backed with different paper, so you can see the holographic as well as the Christmas cheer paper.
And then some of the embellies down below, and these are great, these dazzles. There are so many different kinds of small dazzles on that sheet that you can just add them to your embellies. And these came with it, you remember.
That's right.
The red jewel dazzles, so they can be used even along the border dazzles below the photo here.
Nicely done. Now look at this beautiful collection.
These flowers, look at those.
These are from our friends at Petaloo.
And there's more than one kind of flower going on there.
These are the burlap in red this time, perfect for Christmas.
Right.
And you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the set. And it's really nice because they're a big size, but it's also mixed with the brand new jeweled flowers. And as you can see, there's some netting, there's rhinestones in the center, and it just does a beautiful job of playing with that special ribbon.
Right, it's like a swag. It's like a Christmas swag, and I love these sugared berries off on the edges here.
And they come in red and in green. And let's get in really close because the sugared part is what you can see. It's that crystalline that is how it looks. Now, the regular berries look like this, but the sugared ones are done especially for Christmas.
They look almost like they're frosted with ice just a little bit.
They do, don't they?
And there's that beautiful special edition ribbon in the background. It's just knotted on one end, just a beautiful treatment.
Now, speaking of a little goes a long way, here is the card using the embellies and really featuring them.
And a great template was used for this. It's one of our design toolkits.
Yes, number 4. And as you can see, there are all these pieces that go with it. But I love that great big postage stamp.
It's used on the outside. And then this large label in the center was used as well.
Right here.
So just some of the different papers traced and cut out, and then inked the edges so you can really see that stand out a little better. But I love that in the middle, the greeting is really just one of the little pieces that comes with the embellies. That's one of the little embelly tags that goes with the Brad.
So it just, I think what we're really saying is that with this collection, it goes a long way.
It does.
A lot of things you can do. The inside of this card is also using more of the embellies. So nice job.
Papers, embellies, and a design toolkit, and that's about it on there.
And of course, that design toolkit is reusable, so that works. Now, to go with our Christmas, look at what we have. Janie Dawson has done more. She has snow friends, and these are all animals. Penguins mostly, but we've got bears and other little critters all over.
All of these great little Christmas scenes that are so detailed, they're going to be real easy to color in, and they're going to be fun to color in with all different kinds of mediums. And I love the little sayings that go with this. Let it snow, deck the halls, good tidings, happy holidays. What's great about these is that then you can, once you have this, then you can use these on any of your Christmas cards, all of these great sayings.
Absolutely. And here is a shaker card. So Teresa used the 8 circles and scallops cutting die. She's cut that and then foam taped it. Now, when you do a shaker card, you want to make sure nothing escapes your shakering.
Right.
So
that's well foam taped. It's just totally enclosed in there. And she put some great sequins in there. You can put some other items in there as well.
Right. And she did use the heat-resistant acetate because she had it and because there's so many things you can do with it.
And one of the things she said about that particular acetate is it's kind of heavyweight. So they're great for using with the cutting dies. And they're heavy enough to not warp or anything when you're using them in a window card like this.
And going on the inside, she just did that little penguin simply stamped. So I think it's fun to see him all colorful and then black and white on the inside.
That's great.
Now that's a technique you're going to see a little more often.
Sure, and I love the little, this is from the Tiny Tags and Little Labels template too. Those are used frequently on Teresa's cards.
And just to notice that this is looking like a snow globe. You can see the base of it right here. Now here is another card where the snow globe gets a little more front and center, and this also has lots of sparkle going on.
Right. I believe this one was colored in with watercolor pencils.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and color them in and then use a wet paintbrush to spread them around. And the paintbrush comes with the set of watercolors as well. Okay.
So very cute. Season's greetings right in there, and on the inside, a very Merry Christmas to you. So you have things for the front of your card and for the inside. Now, there is a whole wreath of penguins, and Teresa said that she decided to keep it pretty plain this time. So as we get in, you can see there they are, and they're wrapped together with a bow, and Teresa decided to highlight those.
Highlight those with one of the pigment ice inks. This is the tulip color, and they come in this glass bottle. There's a glass dropper on the inside, and you can just put a little bit of that out on a craft mat and just paint those in.
Now, this is a really fun shape, and it was created using a brand new cutting die, and this is called layering frames. And there's just a lot of things you can do with these pieces.
There is. I mean, you can get this outer shape, which is kind of a shadow behind this almost, but you can also get this shape down here, which is a great label for stamping in.
And notice this center area is what created the shape here in black. Teresa heat embossed it with the superfine white embossing powder, and she just matted it and foam taped it.
So it foam tapes right over the center of that lacy design behind it. Nice
bow with the embelly, and as you said, the embelly there. And then on the inside again, she's done this technique of simply stamping, this time on the patterned Christmas cheer paper.
Right, just in a few places going off the edges of the paper, and it sort of surrounds that label center, which gets cut out with the cutting die.
And the layering frames, you can see that she's used, looks like this one at the top and the bottom, but this center right here. So done a nice job of framing that in multiple ways on this very striking card.
Beautiful look with a whimsical design. So it's a neat combination.
Fun to mix that. Now, again, we've got some whimsy going on with our snow friends. So we've got the polar bear giving the penguins a ride. You know how often that happens.
So again, one of those beautiful, it's colored in this time with Spectrum Noir pen, so it's fun coloring in. And I love that that's matted on a couple of different colored cardstocks. It gives it such a nice matte.
Isn't that sweet?
Right.
And this is also going back to the cutting die, and one of the swirls used at the corner, so at the end rather, just going against it, kind of doing a nice frame.
And then just a couple of bling there, which I have here. They're from the Want to Scrap bling. These are the black rhinestones, so they're kind of shiny and beautiful.
And they're kind of shiny and beautiful on the inside. Again, going with just stamping it, not coloring it at all, but doing a little bit on that label, which is part of the layering frames cutting die.
It's
so
such a fun card. I love this one.
It's just really fun to see. Also notice that her focal, which of course is this piece, is off center. Now, she's done that to make room for this, but it also draws your eye.
Right, and while it's matted perfectly on the same size here of a cardstock, she actually offset it on this piece of paper so that it was closer to this side, and there's a wider bit over here.
Gave room for that bow, didn't she? Now, the penguins not only go in a circle, and not only do they ride polar bears, they also stack up to make an absolutely charming tree. You may not know that about penguins, folks, but I'm here to tell you.
It is adorable, and oh, it's done with a design toolkit.
It is, with number 3. And
so you've got this large label on the front that was used from the design toolkit.
There it is.
But it also has tag shapes, so this little tag was created, I believe. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's got the elegant tag.
There it is.
Little tag that was used there.
And that's what's nice about the design toolkits, is that you can do so many things with them.
Oh, yeah. And then we have some of the black jewel dazzles, that one that was placed right there.
And around that whole edge.
All around the edges. These are great. It's kind of hard to, if you turn it sideways, you can see that these little hearts have been foam taped on there, not just colored and not just stamped and colored in. So
Believe it or not.
Cute.
And the nice thing about penguins is that you just do them on white cardstock with black, color them in. There isn't as much coloring in, perhaps. And, of course, stringing them with popcorn, as, of course, you would realize. Putting a star on top, and just such a charming one. And we have one last one, and I think this is so fun that Teresa did, again with the circles and scallops.
Which she used to cut a window, but also to create this border that goes around it, and then backed it with acetate.
And look at that.
Surprise.
So the Happy Holidays is in the center of his. Right. And she has used that paper, the Christmas cheer paper, one of those pieces, to be the message.
I also want to note that the acetate was actually sandwiched between the front of the card and the paper that was on the front. And I imagine that she placed the inside where she knew that was going to be, and then placed this, and then probably stamped this so she would have it right over that star. And you have to use something like a Stay-On to stamp that.
And you can, because the acetate is heat resistant, you could heat emboss that if you wanted to.
There are some banners up on the side.
Let's talk about that.
And that's something that you don't necessarily need a template for. You can just use scissors. And so I've got a strip of paper here, and all you have to do is, there's a couple of different ways to do this. The one I'm going to show you is just folding the paper like so down at the end. So you've got along the fold here, you've got the cut edges here, and you just cut a little V shape. It's just a diagonal line right there in the end of your paper, and then when you unfold it, you've got a nice even banner shape ready to go. Easy to do.
Although I do believe there are going to be patterns in Teresa's instructions. So we have a Christmas cheer full of elegant and beautiful things, and some very fun images too. So you take your pick, whatever you like.
Have lots of fun, and we'll see you tomorrow for your next week of Webisode Day.
But wait, there's more. As we're cleaning up the table, we forgot about Teresa. Well, she's giving us extra gifts, so it's very fun. Now, Teresa is really well known for her DVDs.
Right. And this one is called Teresa's Fantastic Folded Cards and Boxes. There are lots of ideas on here for folding. There are patterns that you can print off.
And it was released in January of this year, hugely popular. But Teresa have given us something that is not in her DVD, and it's this sweet little box. And she says, okay, it is for a tiny gift, but you know, you could roll up money and fit in there. You could do
jewelry.
Jewelry would fit. Nice truffles. Yes,
truffles. Okay.
We've made the point. So it's this sweet little box, and she did cover it with the Christmas cheer paper.
Right.
And there is an embelly and
those pull-apart berries on the top, and that big, beautiful wide ribbon. So that's just adorable.
Yes.
And she has included a pattern for that box. So what I did was I printed it out. Because you can download it, you can print it out on any kind of cardstock or paper that you want. And you can see the outer lines are the cut lines, and then there are dashed lines that show you the folded, where they're going to fold. She talks about, she actually has written in where the lid is, the back, the side, the front, and that's all labeled on there. So I went ahead and cut this out of
magically
that paper so that you can see that it's pretty easy to cut out, and then you just fold along those lines, and that's going to create your box. And imagine we'll fold up the sides.
All of these are going to be valley folds, I think.
These are all going to be valley folds. We're going to fold in the tabs like so, and just one at a time you're going to be folding, and that'll create the front of the box.
And we really would recommend using the Ultra Tape. It comes, if you're not familiar with it, it comes in 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. 1/4 inch is probably best for this project.
Right.
It's just super adhesive, and it will allow you to cut a piece, put it on those flaps, and then that little box is going to stay together perfectly.
Right. So there you go. You'll have your box shape like so, and the top will just be pieces that will be folded like so, and then you'll have that interesting little, once you fold this in, you'll have that interesting little lid.
See how it's at a diagonal, and so it has a really different kind of closure.
Right.
So, Teresa, thank you so much. We'll look carefully through the projects for the rest of the week.
Hey, wait, weren't there candies in there?
Do you think there might have been? We'll look for those later. See you tomorrow.